Hello citizens, today I have great but unfortunate news. We are now the leading country under the sea. You might say, maar Admiral, is dat niet goed? And I say, no, it's important that we know we are the greatest, but others cannot see it.
We're in all-out war. I figured this might happen. Oh, by we, I mean myself versus JT and Steel. So they teamed up and decided to push on me. I figured he would push south at some point, and he's taking the factory at FAM. Now, originally I had talked to Steel and said, hey, I'll take Wallace, but if you want it, just let me know and then you can have it back. Instead of asking me, hey, I'd like to have Wallace now, he just decided to attack it because he wanted it to look to JT like he was allied with JT, and I think they really are, because when I asked him about it, I'm like, are you attacking me at Wallace now? He's like, yeah. So he was just cagey enough, and instead of giving me a cordial, hey, I'd like this factory now that we discussed, he just decided to attack me, so I couldn't trust him, so I launched full out at him. So I'm launching at Wallace and Donato, and I'm like, okay, if it's gonna be like that, it's gonna be like that, and we're at war.
Well, okay, so now there's an all-out war on my southern border with Meeple's Academy. So thanks for that. Thanks for that, Rich. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to come out on top of that one. I thought I could sneak out a single factory. I thought I could play out Wallace and at the same time gain a little trust with JT. But yeah, that one backfired, and it's not good. Now my plans to northern push against Pep are toast. And I guess the subs have launched. Drillers will die. Hard men and women give their lives for this war, for hopefully a victory in 9 days. We'll see.
Just coordinated an attack on Meeples with Steel, and it went pretty well for me. Meeples decided to vacate his area so that I could take the outpost at FAM, but he actually took everybody from there and unloaded it on Steel. So Steel's gonna be hurting in a bad way here in a little bit. I'm trying to help him out a little bit.
Regardless of how this fight with Meeples goes, it's over. I'm gonna be pretty ineffective for the rest of the game. Who knows? I don't know. If this was all orchestrated by JT, then he did a fantastic job. But it's pretty grim. I'm gonna have to tuck little Queenie away in some hidey holes to at least not get eliminated. But crap.
Admiral Upton Pickman is building a mine down there right next to Soren, and I like that. I communicated with them and I said, really, you're gonna put a mine right next to me? And they said, yep, it's a show of trust, and I like that because I want to put a mine right there at Soren. We could have back-to-back mines, we could defend each other's backs. There could be an alliance in the works here if I can get troops back down there to build a mine. So that looks good, we'll see. That might work.
Did we just become best friends? Yup!
With the building of the mine, we have to make allies with Blue Coop Games and Meeple Academy. We will aid Academy by attacking Leland Steel to pin him into a two-front war. JT, a close ally of Mr. Steel, is close by, so we'll need to move carefully.
So it's early into day 2, and Justin, luckily, is sending that martyr off in a different direction, so I don't feel too scared of it anymore. Everything else is going smoothly. I'm slowly funneling my troops up in this direction, though, because late to the table is continuing the aggression.
I really want Nautilus way too badly. I think I got an idea. I think I'll send troops out to Nautilus in waves, just so we can have Pep commit troops to Nautilus, and he'll have to pick and choose between the two.
So I did have a bit more of a conversation, and the consensus seems to be that he wants one of the factories between the two of us, and there isn't any real negotiation on that. He seems to want Nautilus more, and he basically said he will help me take somebody else's factory up here and start war with someone else just so that I don't keep his factory? I think with the combined force of my two factories and the fact that I have some speed boosting units here, I think I should be fine. I'm not sure though. We'll see what happens tomorrow morning.
So I've taken a walk and have really been pondering, and I still can't figure it out. What the heck is wrong with Gary?
It is late into day 2, early in the morning for me. Well, 1 in the afternoon, but either way. Late to the table, things are going better, or perhaps worse. So, last night, before going to bed, I asked Plumpy Thimble and Blue Cube if they wanted to work together to just eliminate late to the table out of the game, because I don't want someone on my borders that's just constantly going to be attacking me. So, what I ended up waking up to was finding that they did go along with that, and so Blue Cube is sending some forces there. It looks like Plumpy has taken Anki and possibly some other locations. And so late to the table really won't have many places to retreat to. And so I've actually launched my own attack here that will strike at Meizu. But unfortunately, late to the table has a lot of options. There's a Saboteur there that can just bounce it back. There's also this ridiculously fast Smuggler that once it arrives, I've checked on the timing and it could actually come back and defend too. So I'm likely just going to have to cancel that attack. But we'll see. It depends on how much pressure the other two are putting on him. And also,
it also helps that Blue Cube seems to be pretty inactive on my east end, so it doesn't seem like he's going to advance any more than he currently is at the moment. So I think Salt Mines will actually be perfectly fine.
But now Pep is going for Salt Mine, and I don't believe he can see me yet, so I sent a message hoping that that can be peacefully resolved, because I don't want to be in too many wars at once.
We have some good news today, even though it's an attack. It looks like both Blue Cube and Pep are inbound to Salt Mine right now at the same time. And it looks like they're going to collide and actually attack each other. Hopefully the fight goes through, and hopefully I can take advantage of the situation since they'll be weakening some of their troops. But the best news that comes out of this is that it looks like Blue Cube and Pep are clearly not in communication if something like this happened, meaning that I'm fighting two separate wars. I'm not fighting one war on both sides.
I didn't know that this attack was going to happen here, so I've added this as a gift at the last minute, and apparently they'll be sending me back my drillers, so that will be good.
I feel like things are going well with Pep, but I am trying to coordinate an attack against Steel right now, and hopefully enlist the help of Christy from Peace Loving Games, as well as Pep. Pep is allied with Steel, though, but he has agreed to help sort of leak the information of this, which I'm hoping will create a little bit of chaos. I also want to find out from JT what's going on with Steel, because basically I'm trying to divert attention away from me while also hopefully just kind of crushing Steel, who, as you can see, is right above me on the leaderboard. So I guess I'm starting at the bottom and trying to hopefully enlist people to help me pick the pieces up there. So,
on a separate note, Justin has asked me to work together against Steel, and Steel and I are allies, so I won't attack him or be overly hostile. But all Justin wants me to do is send a message at a particular time warning Steel that I found out some intel that Justin and someone else are going to attack him. That really doesn't break any alliances. Maybe it'll weaken Steel enough that they can take him out. And if they do, I have some nice little outposts that I can take over there. All in all, I think things are going well for me.
Day 2 was not a good day. I already had to be on the defenses, and Pep's troops are just constantly getting bigger, and I think I'm going to truly adopt the wild card lifestyle, and I think I'm going to abandon this post.
I feel like I've taken a little bit too long to gain momentum here. You can see there's a fairly large force amassing here on the border between JT and myself, which he assures me is to protect his queen, which I also know is easily moved, so that doesn't seem very clever.
So, as I knew it would, I eventually had to decide to attack someone. Late to the table had very open border, so I sent an attack to Salt Mine. Soon after that, Plumpy Thimble asked about combining our strength to attack Late to the table while they were fighting Pep on the western border. I was going to take Feld, but this smuggler with a queen and 35 drillers showed up, and that is definitely going to change that outcome drastically. So we're trying to just keep up the pressure and push him back into a corner for now, I guess.
Semi-co-op. The cowards. They refused to attack Pep, and I'm pretty sure they had an opportunity to. So because of this, what are they even getting out of this? Pep he's going to get 2 factories and they're going to get nothing. I don't see what he could be enticing them with to not attack. I just don't get it. Day 2, hour 12. Is Plumpy Thimble really attacking Enki right now? Plumpy, I thought we had an agreement.
I have learned even more stuff this whole day. I think I was being a little aggressive in some of the early land grabs during the game, and that kind of put a target on my back. Apparently was kind of in the lead for a little bit, but that's not the case anymore, and now I've overextended myself, and I'm desperately needing more generators. And I've gotten buddy-buddy with all my neighbors, which is a real problem because that means I need to pick someone to attack, which I guess is kind of the point of this game. So I had to decide to team up with Blue Cube Games, and we are headed for Late to the Table. And this is a tough one because Gary and I had kind of talked about an alliance, but I'd like to read just something that he said to me that helped me make my decision. He said, I'm going to be up front.
I'm emptying out on my end near you to defend on this other end. If you take any land, I'm kind of going to have to talk to neighbors and go kamikaze on you as retaliation. But there's some great news in this. I'm not going to be a threat to you within your view. So if you need to shift troops around to defend against others, you have no need to worry about things on my end.
So, I mean, even our friendly talk had hints of threats in it, so that's why I had to choose that.
I'm confident that Plumpy will not invade me.
I'm sorry, Gary.